The movie opens up on a certain planet known as Barsoom. The planet is made up of 3 kingdoms, the Zodanga, Helium, and the Tharks. Each kingdom has a head called Jeddak. Meanwhile, Zodanga and Helium are in a war which Zodanga wants to rule over other kingdom, yet they resist. The Zodanga are in red while the Helium in blue. As the war continues, 3 men appear. These are referred to as gods due to their shape-shifting abilities and power of technology from the 9th ray. They give Jeddak Sab, then the 9th ray weapon, to enable him to subdue. Back on Earth, the movie shows us a scene of a young man named Edgar Rice Burroughs who returns to Virginia to bury his uncle John Carter, for he was a military personnel who suddenly died. He's welcomed by Carter's helper, then taken to the house where his uncle's lawyer receives him with open hands. The lawyer shows him everything in the house, including telling him of the fact that his uncle made him the heir of his wealth. After all, he's taken to the mausoleum of his uncle that was surprisingly constructed in a way that can be opened from inside. Then back to the house, the lawyer presents him with Carter's journal that begins with words, "Dear Ned, I feel right to tell you all this since you were the one who believed me since you were 13, and I will tell you my past 10 years. It all started in the mid-1800s in the Arizona Territory, where Carter is prospecting for gold and having violent encounters with the local Apache Indians. After he was captured by Colonel Powell, Carter tries to escape from prison. He goes running in a horses to escape, and the Apaches interfere. Then they start a fight and Powell gets hurt, so they shelters in a cave. Then Carter discovers a large quantity of gold. A strange figure suddenly materializes in the cave. Carter kills him and, due somehow to the stranger's large elaborate medallion, is inadvertently teleported to Barsoom. There, due to his different bone density and the planet's lower gravity, Carter is able to jump fantastically high and throw killer punches. He finds a place with breeding green beings, which he later discovered were eggs in an incubator. He is soon captured by the giant, 4-armed green Martian Tharks under the rule of Tars Tarkas. Elsewhere, Dejah Thoris comes close to discovering the 9th ray herself. She hopes to use it as an energy source for its used by Therns as a teleportation power and on Barsoom as a weapon, but all in vain as a Thern destroys it, which made Jeddak Thoris lose hopes in her daughter's discovery. Back to the Tharks, John Carter is brought together with new green babies to a place where they apply holy rituals. After then, John Carter discovered that he could hear the Barsoom language. During daytime, he's brought amidst all the Tharks as he's commanded to fly. However, the show it's interrupted by the war between the Helium and Zodanga that suddenly begins as Dejah Thoris attacks Sab, then of the Zodanga. Seeing this, John intervenes with his flying ability, saves the princess, and changes the course of the war that led to victory of the Helium people. At night, Dejah takes Carter to the Tharks temple, which is forbid to any stranger to enter. Sola, a Thark, tells them, but they continue. But before we continue, please subscribe to the channel. To you it may be small, but to us it's big. Meanwhile, they are caught by
plotting in the temple.
In the temple? How did they get?
Sola led them there.
Sola tried to stop us. I make one condition.
Tals Hages then presented to Tars Tarkas, who revealed that Sola was his daughter. Jeddak Tars Tarkas gave John Carter back the Ray Medallion and instructed them to go to the factory of the 9th Ray weapon together with Sola. Then they escaped, but Tars Tarkas was dethroned by Tals Hages, terming him as a traitor for letting Carter and his friends to escape. They lost on the way to the factory. Sola revealed that Dejah was leading them to Helium land. Knowing this, John Carter was embarrassed and asked Dejah why was Dejah lying to them. She then revealed that she wanted him to fight Sab, then of Zodanga, on behalf of Helium since he was stronger. And also she didn't want to marry Sab then. After all, they went in a correct path to the factory. Reaching at the Ray factory, Carter discovered that Barsoom is known as Mars. They went out of the factory only to find that the Tharks had been manipulated by the Therns. Carter let Dejah and Sola escape and faced the forces alone. Though he was strong, he couldn't stand, but God was on his side as the Helium space battleship fired against the Tharks. Dejah was surprised to see Sab then on his father's ship, but he revealed that he only wanted to marry her. Following the incident, John wakes up in Helium Palace where he meets Red Skull, who makes his way out to the princess in a stunt. Then Dejah gives the Ray Medallion back to Carter, as she thought John wanted his way back to Earth. Meanwhile Sab then arrives, which made Carter to hide at the roof. As John Carter was leaving, he was arrested by a Thern using the 9th ray weapon technology on him, making to submit. The Thern revealed that they are to lead Barsoom, but after using Sab then. Also revealed that Sab then was to kill Djah because the purpose of the wedding was to allow him to become a prince, and afterwards he subdue. Surprisingly, the Thark's dog attacked the Thern and the ray technology withdrew from Carter, thus paralyzed. He's escaping from Helium City. After escaping he met Sola, then went back to Thark's territory. The Tharks under the command of Tal's Hages arrested Carter and Sola and imprisoned them. In the morning, Carter made to fight the beasts known as white apes, which he defeated. After defeating apes he challenged Hages, and only one blow Tal's was defeated. John Carter led the Tharks against the plot wedding in Helium Palace, in which he tried to kill the Thern, but he disappeared due to shape-shifting ability. Then John married Djah. After Djah is away, a Thern shows up with a medallion and magically transports Carter back to the Earth. While on Barsoom, John had found that the 9th beam clones his unique body to shape a duplicate that shows up on Barsoom. So when he was back he started to look for a comparative emblem as he expected one. However, subsequent to bombing he spread the bits of gossip about him getting Ray medallion and faked his passing. He realized Therns will be following to find his body and obliterate it. After Edgar read the diary he opened the grave by utilizing the secret word nerd, which was the name Carter called Edgar when he was youthful. Promptly the Thern showed up and shockingly was shot to death by Carter, who then, at that point, took his Ray medallion and entered the grave and spoke Barsoom to return to Mars. But before we continue, please subscribe to the channel. To you it may it be small, but to us it's big.